After World War II destroyed the global economy, America somehow became richer than ever. And this is how it happened. In 1945, the world stood in ruins. Europe was shattered. Asia was burned. Millions were dead. And global economies had collapsed. Yet from this destruction, one nation emerged stronger than ever before. The United States of America didn't just survive World War II, it rebuilt its wealth, reshaped the global economy, and became the most powerful financial force the world had ever seen. But here's the real question. How did America turn war into prosperity? How did a country that spent trillions on destruction end up richer than before? And what lessons does this transformation hold for us today? On Finance TED Official, this is the untold story of how America rebuilt its wealth after World War II and changed global finance forever. America at the end of World War II, when World War II ended, the global picture looked dark. Europe's factories were destroyed, infrastructure lay and rubble, trade routes were broken, currencies were unstable, but America's situation was different. Why? Because the war was fought away from U.S. soil, American factories expanded. Instead of collapsing, the U.S. became the world's main supplier of weapons, food, and machinery. By 1945, the U.S. held nearly half of the world's industrial output. Most of the world's gold reserves were stored in America. The dollar was stronger than any other currency. While others were rebuilding from ashes, America was ready to lead. The war economy that built the foundation, World War II, forced America to transform its economy. Before the war, the U.S. was still recovering from the Great Depression. Unemployment was high. Industries were underutilized. The war changed everything. Massive government spending. Factories ran 24/7. Millions of jobs were created. New technologies were developed. The U.S. government invested heavily in steel, automobiles, aircraft, shipbuilding, electronics. This industrial boom didn't disappear after the war. It became the backbone of America's post-war wealth. The Marshall Plan, rebuilding the world, benefiting America. One of the most powerful economic strategies in history was the Marshall Plan. America offered billions of dollars to rebuild Europe. But this was not charity. The real genius of the Marshall Plan, Europe rebuilt using American machines. European countries bought American goods. U.S. companies gained global markets. Political stability prevented communism from spreading. Between 1948 and 1951, the U.S. invested over $13 billion. European economies recovered rapidly. American exports exploded by rebuilding others. America multiplied its own wealth. The dollar becomes the world's currency after World War II. Global finance needed a stable anchor. That anchor became the U.S. dollar. Bretton Woods system? The dollar was backed by gold. Other currencies were tied to the dollar. International trade ran through U.S. banks. This gave America control over global finance, the ability to print money responsibly, massive influence over global markets. The U.S. dollar became trust itself, and trust is power. The rise of the American middle class. Wealth isn't built only at the top. It grows strongest from the middle. After World War II, soldiers returned home. The government invested in people. GI Bill, free or low-cost education, home loans, business loans. This created millions of skilled workers, a housing boom. Consumer spending explosion. The American dream became real, and the economy grew with it. Infrastructure, innovation, and industry. America didn't just consume, it built. Highways connected cities, power grids expanded, suburbs grew. Research funding exploded. Technology developed for war was converted for peace. Radar gives aviation, electronics gives computing. Nuclear research gives energy. Innovation became America's greatest asset. Cold War spending and continuous growth. The Cold War ensured continued government spending, military contracts, scientific advancement. While tensions were dangerous, they fueled aerospace defense. Space exploration, computing, the space race itself was an economic accelerator. America stayed ahead, financially and technologically. Lessons for today's world? America's post-war wealth teaches us key lessons. Investment beats isolation. Strong institutions create trust. Education fuels economies. Innovation ensures dominance. Helping others can strengthen yourself. Wealth is not built overnight. It's engineered through vision, planning, and courage. From the ruins of war, America didn't just recover, it redesigned the global financial system. Factories turned into fortunes, soldiers became students, and the dollar became the world's backbone. The story of America after World War II is not just history. It's a blueprint of how nations rise from chaos to control their destiny. If you want more deep stories about money, power, and history, subscribe to Finance TED Official, because understanding the past is the smartest investment you can make.